Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria, if you didn't know already, but if you're here you probably do. For a while now I have been talking about some big announcements coming in this year and some things that I've been really excited about, and I guess this is the first one. You can probably tell from the title of the video that I have just started a Patreon, and if you are immediately rolling your eyes or feeling indifferent or bored or just honestly sick of seeing this kind of stuff, I absolutely completely understand. I really didn't want to be doing this, and I wouldn't be doing this unless I really needed to, but the situation is that I do need to. So if you do decide to join my Patreon, even if it's just for 1 month or whatever, I do have a longer video on there describing exactly how I got into this situation that I'm currently in. But the gist of it is that I'm currently unemployed and I can't find work that I can do that can pay my bills due to my disability and some other factors. So I am doing everything I can in all these different avenues to try and continue to live in Dublin, where I've built my life for like the last 12 years, and this is just one of the things that I am trying, and I'm putting my effort in. So hear me out for a second, if you haven't made up your mind yet. So I have started Patreon. I originally, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I think maybe a year or two ago, I mentioned just what if I started a Patreon and what kind of stuff would people want to see, and these are the things I was thinking of doing. But the original plan was to wait until I reached 1,000 subscribers, which kind of felt like, well, it's sort of the YouTube milestone that everyone's trying to work up to, but it's also, to me, it felt like I would have sort of earned the right to start a Patreon and even ask people to join a Patreon then. And ideally that would still be the number. I'm really going to be working more on my YouTube channel this year though, and really hoping that I will get as close to 1,000 as I can. But right now, the God's honest truth is that I need it now rather than later. And even if, you know, it's 6 months of me working on this Patreon with zero patrons, and maybe in the future people join, I think it'll still be worth it, because one of the reasons I'm starting Patreon for me is that I want to use it as sort of a way to keep me accountable. Even if one person, you know, even if one of my siblings joins up and is essentially paying me for the content every month that I'm promising, and I will tell you about that in a second, I'm gonna feel sort of obligated to do that, and it's gonna be accountability for me to make me submit to things, to make me write, to make me reflect on my writing process and how I'm getting it done, and how I can do it better, and doing things, you know, not last minute, you know, not just submitting, you know, first drafts or whatever, which I have done in the past and is not good, and I do not recommend. So for me, it's going to be holding myself accountable in my writing and my creativity, and also making videos for this channel. What will you receive if you join my Patreon? So the YouTube channel won't change at all. I am hoping to get back into a routine of posting a YouTube video at least once a week, maybe more, but for the moment it's going to be at least once a week. If you join my Patreon, you will get the sort of standard things that I've seen a lot of other people doing. I will list my Patreons at the end of every video to say thank you to them. You will also be able to vote in polls for my next content. You know, I'll be asking people, you know, what book should I read next? Do you want me to do like a series, or do you want me to do more discussion videos or anything like that? There will be some Patreon specific discussions and Patreon specific updates on my videos, while I will be doing writing related videos and submission related videos on my YouTube channel. I will be going into a lot more detail, a lot more personal kind of detail in my Patreon. So I will be sharing like the exact stories that I am submitting. I'll be sharing who I'm submitting to, when I'm submitting to them, whereas generally on sort of my public facing YouTube videos, I will only be more general in that. I won't be sharing the stories, and I won't be sharing exactly who I submit to unless it actually gets accepted, you know. But I will be submitting to a lot more stories, or to a lot more magazines and a lot more publications and stuff, because that's another avenue that I'm really pushing to try and make an income from, you know, selling some stories and publishing my own books and stuff. So what is that? It's a thank you at the end of videos. It'll be polls and suggestions and input on my next videos for this channel. It'll also be more behind the scenes stuff and more personal stuff and more details on what I'm writing and who I'm submitting to, and the actual stories I'm writing as well. But some of the stuff that you may not see on other Patreons, I will also be giving a writing prompt every week. So I mentioned in my last video, I have loads of notes on my phone that are story ideas, and I have a whole notebook downstairs of story ideas as well, and it's honestly too much for me to write in a lifetime. So ones that I think are still good ideas that can make sort of flash fiction and stuff, I'm going to be sharing those on the Patreon, and I will be encouraging people to use those prompts for your own writing. You can share in the community on the Patreon, or even just share sort of what you thought about writing of those. But I will also be writing for that prompt myself, so I'm hoping to share the writing prompt on a Monday, and I will share what I've written for that prompt on the Friday, just because I don't want to sort of give people ideas or mess up people's ideas, because I love seeing the different, completely wildly different things that writers can do with the same prompt. So I want to see what other people come up with. So we'll share those on a Friday, but the prompt will be there on a Monday. There's also going to be a lot more vlogs on how I go about writing, how I go about drafting and editing my stories, and what kind of changes I make depending on, you know, where I'm submitting the story and stuff. And there will also be a monthly giveaway. So when I'm more financially stable, it will be a book or art giveaway. So either, generally like the giveaways that I would normally do on my channel, it'll be, you know, a cool version of a book, or maybe some art related to a book, or some bookmarks, or just something I think that readers or writerly people would find cool. But for the moment, as I can't do that, I will be instead offering my services. So you have the option to put your name in for the monthly giveaway of either some beta reading or feedback, some proofreading or editing of a chunk of your writing. If you have stories and you're struggling to get any kind of honest critical feedback on them, or you just need someone to proofread or to line edit or whatever, whoever wants to can put their name in, and I will pick a name, and at the end of every month I will do that. That's what I do on Fiverr. So I will be offering that for free to my patrons. So that is what you will receive if you join my Patreon. If you are able to, and if you're happy to, it would mean so much to me right now. Mean so incredibly much. I'm not just doing this, I am trying to do everything I can think of to make money online. I'm trying to get my Fiverr back up to what it used to be, and I did get an order today, so that's hopefully going to help. I'm also looking for actual jobs as well, and seeing you know, what I'm capable of doing. I might have to start doing some jobs that aren't quite suitable for me, but I'll have to see if I can stick them out for a few weeks or a month or so, just because I really don't have any other choice at the minute, unfortunately. And if I had to leave Dublin, my only real recourse would be to potentially move back in with family up in Donegal, and I that's like a black hole for me. So, like, Donegal's lovely, but when you don't drive, and I don't drive, you're just, the isolation is unreal. So I would really like to stay in Dublin. I'm also really focused and committed on getting some short story collections and some novellas finished this year as well, to either submit to traditional publishing or to publish myself. I don't see the difference really in either, only that, you know, self-publishing would bring in some income faster, honestly. But I will be sort of going both routes. So yeah, I think I've rambled enough. I've been planning this and I've been working stuff up for a long time, so if you could even just check out the link, that would be so cool. Thank you very much. If you don't want to sign up for the Patreon, but you do want to maybe give a small donation, my Ko-fi is down below in the description as well. Just, you can give whatever for that. Any help whatsoever is so much appreciated, and I can promise you this: once I am back on my feet and I am, you know, able to myself, I will be paying all of this forward, and I will be supporting other writers and supporting other creatives and their Patreons and their projects. So I just need to get back to that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for considering. I will be back to do some, I think I have a writing vlog coming up this week, and I'll have some book reviews coming next week as well. So thank you so much for supporting me just by watching this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know down below. I will see you in the next video.